This is KTVB, your first choice for news. Now, live from Idaho's News Channel, this is the NewsCenter 7 Weekend Night Report.
Good evening, everyone. A temporary dike is holding, and nearby Boise River residents are keeping their fingers crossed.
Yesterday, a dike along the Boise River broke, putting some Eagle homes in jeopardy. The water is down today, but residents are wondering how long they'll stay dry. News Channel 7's Christy Paul reports.
Traffic speeding quickly along Eagle Road is quite a contrast to yesterday. Floodwaters drowned the street and homes along it, while traffic inched by.
They'd flood out and they'd stall, and people would have to push them off onto the shoulder and stuff like that.
Alan Turley had a first-hand look. For 4 hours, friends helped him barricade his home with nearly 300 sandbags. Diane Marquez of the Ada County Highway District says a dike along the river broke, but things are now under control.
We put a temporary dike in, and people are fixing the levee now.
She says it will take several days to repair the broken dike, but area residents say they don't think it will solve the problem.
It's going to happen again if something else isn't done, and they haven't even gotten to the real problem there.
Mike Talent says the real problem is that the so-called dike is simply a natural curve in the riverbed. He says the excess water used to run off into pasture land. But now, berms that are being built there are forcing the runoff to flow toward their homes. He says their only saving grace in this disaster is ACHD's temporary dike.
From what we were told, they were the only ones who would do anything. And I don't know why it was their responsibility if it was, but they did a nice job of at least trying to help.
But they say this barricade won't last long, and now they'd like to see the state step in.
This is not the river. This is just what's running over. So why aren't they fixing the bank back there?
Until neighbors get some solid answers, they'll be seeing sandbags in their sleep.
I'm still not going to put the sandbags away yet. I'm going to keep them handy just in case.
Christy Paul, Idaho's News Channel 7.
Well, for people who do have concerns about flooding, Home Depot in Boise is handing out free sand and sandbags. There is a limited amount, 25 bags per person. An important update now for people who need to use Highway 55 this weekend. Starting tomorrow, there are new restrictions on the stretch of road between Gardena and Banks. Vehicles will be led by pilot cars between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. and then 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. only starting tomorrow. Crews will be working on repairing the road between those times. The traffic has just been too heavy for them to work on the road with traffic going on it. The restrictions will be in effect until January 20th. If you need to get to or from McCall, you need to take Highway 95 via Oregon 201. Highway 17 is still closed at this time.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, opened its doors today in Payette and Weiser. Even though the floodwaters have dropped and the neighborhoods are drying out, the disaster relief centers are desperately needed. News Channel 7's Jake Putnam reports.
The people of Payette take to the streets to help their neighbors. Now neighbors and victims will have the federal government on their side for help. FEMA now has a field office open in Payette. FEMA office will help flood victims get low-interest federal loans and get people back on their feet. In Friday's visit, Vice President Al Gore vowed to have the FEMA office open at 10 a.m. Saturday.
And it'll be open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. starting tomorrow.
And as promised, the center on Main Street opened, and the phones are ringing off the hook.
We've had right at 700 people call our teleregistration number throughout the state of Idaho. We've had a little over 190 that have called here from Payette County, and we've had $218,000 that have been approved so far for our disaster housing.
How you doing? Fine, thank you.
Payette residents are not only getting federal help, but extensive help from the American Red Cross, who deliver food every day to flood victims.
Enjoy your meal.
From these flooded Payette neighborhoods, everywhere you look, there's a pickup truck. These people have come to help out their neighbors. And help from neighbors is the greatest gift to victims. They need lots of muscle. At Leora Johnson's house, work parties are tearing up walls and moving belongings.
We're helping them. Haul all the stuff out, cleaning the inside out of the house, putting things in storage. A lot of work involved in it.
Down the street, the Payette River has left its mark on Bill Hilinga's house. The American Red Cross showed up to help meet emergency needs.
Today is the 11th, so what I'm going to do is give you the next 3 days.
Okay.
And if you're still unsettled, you come back to the Red Cross, and we'll try to help you further.
Meanwhile, the work in Payette continues around the clock. Homes are still without water, and some still don't have sewer services. Although they're too busy right now, Payette residents are thankful for the help from the vice president.
We're just, you know, a small community, and get somebody like that in, it makes you feel better whether it does any good or not.
But the people of Payette will continue to clean up the mud for weeks and months to come. Jake Putnam, Idaho's News Channel 7.
Also in Payette, a disaster relief center is taking care of flood victims' urgent needs. The Red Cross Center is open from 9 to 6 p.m. 7 days a week. Flood victims can walk in and tell the volunteers just what they need.
Our job is to meet their emergency disaster needs. If they have lost their food, they've lost clothing, perhaps they've lost bedding, perhaps they have tools that they need for a specific job, even prescription eyeglasses. Those are the types of things that we can replace. We'll then give them a voucher, which is good to be redeemed at a local merchant. They take that to the local merchant of their choice, and they can redeem that for that item.
Credit card donations can be made to the American Red Cross by calling 1-800-HELP-NOW. There are 2 Red Cross service centers, one in Payette, the other at the Weiser Public Library. Vice President Al Gore personally delivered flood relief to Idaho yesterday, but he ended up staying here longer than he planned because of problems with Air Force 2. After his briefing at Gowan Field in Boise, the jetliner developed engine problems. Crews immediately went to work on the aircraft, and 3 hours later, Air Force 2 was finally able to take off.
The number 3 engine failed, and so they had to shut the aircraft down, and our mechanics here with the Idaho Air Guard, in concert with the mechanics that travel with the aircraft, did a diagnosis on the engine, determined what the problem was. They had another starting unit on the aircraft with them, so they installed that, and were able to get the aircraft off the ground.
It was a long day for Gore. His plane was rerouted twice because of foggy conditions. He didn't return to Washington, D.C. until very early this morning.
Turning to other news now, a Boise man has admitted to using a cloth strap to strangle his ex-girlfriend back in November.